Hey guys, what's going on? This video is all about Retrograder. He's one of the newest heroes alongside of Lust in the game. People have a lot of questions about this hero. Is he good? Is he not? He's incredibly agile. There's different troop types for this hero, different formations he can go in, and all around he just kind of has a big question mark. So I'll be talking all about him in this video, giving him a rank, showing his charts, showing some APCs. Let's get into it. Hey guys, let's talk about Retrograder. So Retrograder, second newest hero in the game. Actually, he's the newest. He came out a little bit after Lust. Really cool hero. Very interesting. He has a pretty interesting playstyle. So his chart is going to be right up here. It's pretty cool. It's basically super tank, super support, and super adaptable. So pretty much everything you want from kind of a support hero or a support tank hero. No damage, he doesn't really need it, and also no CC, so that is one thing to consider. So first, let's talk about his skills a little bit. So Retrograder's second ability is really not that important. It's basically he does different things when he has different troop types. I cover them a little bit more specifically, Retrograder and Lust, so I'm just going to go over it quick. You can pause and read it if you want to, but basically when he has different troop types, different things happen. When he has vehicles, the only one that's a little bit different is when he has vehicles, the enemy squad or the enemy APC actually just deals less damage. And then the other ones, when he has fighters, he takes less damage, and when he shooters, he has a chance to evade. So that brings up the perfect point is he's a general attributes support hero. General attributes actually meaning he can use any troop type. He's the only season hero in the game that does something like this. It's a cool mechanic, and I hope they continue to release heroes that have something similar to Retrograder. It just makes it more interesting. However, the balance of the troop types currently is not amazing. So right now he's kind of set into one troop type, and I'll get into that in a second. His fourth and fifth basically exactly the same as every other season hero that just looks different. It looks like all the orange heroes. And his seventh ability, again, it looks like an orange hero, but it's the same as a Season X hero. It gives 40% resistance. His fifth ability is Water Gun. This is the ability that basically makes Retro. He heals and clears debuffs, but they cannot be pre-battle debuffs, meaning it has to be like a combat skill debuff. And there really aren't many debuffs in the game that aren't combat skills. Now, one question a lot of people have had is what exactly is a debuff, and is it CC? No, it is not CC, so it's not like disarm or suppression or confusion or anything like that. A debuff is basically when a person, I mean, not a person, I guess, someone on the enemy team uses an ability that causes your heroes to do, let's say, less damage or to take more damage, like Anastasia. She causes them, she causes a couple squads to take more damage, things like that. However, most of these are pre-battle skills, so it's not going to clear those debuffs. There's very, very few that actually start at the beginning of the game. Look at Iron Sentinel for a hero that does debuffs. So Iron Sentinel right here makes makes one random enemy squad, takes 6% additional damage, 6% reduced damage, 38 reduced combat speed. This is a debuff, and this is a combat skill. So this is one that Retrograder would clear. However, nobody really uses Iron Sentinel, so it's kind of useless. But he does a lot of heals, and it targets the squad with the lowest number of troops, meaning the squad that has taken the most damage. So that's super duper duper important, and I'll talk about it a little bit more. His sixth ability, plus 15% HP. Like I said, he's a tank. 15% HP, that's what you want on your tank. And his eighth ability is Fire Ambition. All friendly squads unit countering minus 10%. This is not a big deal, but it's basically if a vehicle squad goes up against a shooter squad, that shooter is going to counter that vehicle squad by 30%. If you have Retrograder on your team, that's only now countered by 20%. Starting from the fourth round, the damage caused by your other two squads gets buffed by 30%. So 30% is pretty good, but it's only from round 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So not 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's Retrograder skills. Nothing like super new or interesting. It's more the general attributes that's interesting. So let's talk about the APCs that Retrograder goes in. Kind of the bread and butter at the moment for Retrograder. There's really like two or three APCs that Retrograder goes in. Kamikaze, Death Rider, Retro, or Heaven's Redemption instead of Kamikaze. So if you just plug in Heaven's Redemption, pretty much the same. This combo is really, really good. You can put Death Rider in the back. However, most of the time your damage dealer is going to go in the middle because of Huntress combos. And it doesn't really matter outside of that, so you might as well put a tank in the back, and pretty much everybody's doing that anyway. Retrograder, it literally doesn't matter where he is. He could be front, middle, or back, and he's going to do exactly the same stuff. So we put him in the back to basically counter Huntress combos. However, people will change it up, so Huntress is actually in the middle. They'll do like Kami, Huntress, Anna, and if that's the case, you just swap Death Rider to the back, and it's totally fine. So this combo is really, really, really good. It's probably one of, if not the best vehicle combo in the game, full vehicle combo in the game. I'll just show you a couple battle reports of it. Here's one that I just did today, so I know that this is fresh and very recent. It's against Lucky Luciano. He's a big player. I use T10s, so don't look at this as like, oh my god, Retrograder's so amazingly OP. But he is really, really strong, and as you can see, I got through a maxed player with a single combo. So Retrograder's main squeeze is his water gun ability. 50% chance to recover the squad with the lowest value of troops, whether that's himself, the front row, or the middle row, he will heal them. And that's kind of what he does. He just heals. So healing is actually incredibly important right now. They recently changed I don't know how recently, but at least at the start of the year, it was not the case. The number of troops that you have in your squad actually determines damage and damage taken. So damage done and damage taken. Let's say you have 100,000 troops in your squad and you do a skill that does 10,000 damage. If you get hit and now you have 85,000 troops, let's say you do 8,500 damage. So healing now is really, really important. If you get healed back up to 100,000, then you'll do 10,000 again. So it actually is increasing damage, and similarly, it decreases damage taken. So if you have 100,000 troops, you get hit by an ability, let's say you take 10,000 damage. If you now have 85,000 troops, you get hit, you're now going to take 1,200 damage, right? These are just kind of random numbers thrown out here, but that's kind of the essence, is that healing is really, really strong. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes sense why somebody like Retrograder is doing so well currently, why Kamikaze does so well, why people like Tech Priestess, Canoness, and Wrath, even Heaven's Redemption, things that heal are doing very, very well now. And I'm not sure when this changed, but it has changed semi-recently. So this makes Retrograder even stronger. He's going to heal whoever took the most amount of damage, making sure that they're going to deal more and take less damage. So it's very, very, very crucial. The actual number, like the healing number that he does, is not as high as some other heroes, but the value that you get from healing the most damage squad is better than just more like raw healing numbers. So this APC really, really great. If you have these heroes, use them. If you have Death Rider, use them with Retrograder. It's going to do really, really well. This is better than Organic Heaven Death Rider. It's better than Kamikaze Heaven's Death Rider. So here you go. And again, you want to use vehicles on him. 1, you gain the 3 vehicle buff. And 2, vehicles actually just work the best on Retrograder. Vehicles are definitely the strongest troop type at the moment. But also because of his second ability, because of Retrograder's second ability where he causes the enemy squad to deal less damage, it's the best out of his second ability. It's better than the fighter bonus that he gets, and it's certainly better than the shooter bonus that he gets. So another really good combo that Retrograder goes in. I mean, I'm sure you guys can guess, but yes, it's with Tech Priestess Wrath, just like this. You want to use vehicles again on Retrograder. You can do like shooters if you really wanted to, but there's almost no reason to. Like, I don't know why you would unless you ran out of vehicles, I guess. Like, they all died or something. This combo is really, really, really good. It's one of the better attacking combos. Tech Priestess Wrath, Retro, it's going to blast through bases. And again, you can swap like this. You can even swap Retro in the front if you really wanted to, and it's going to work perfectly fine because he's a really good tank as well. So that combo is amazing. A lot of people are running this combo, and it beats tons and tons of different combos. It's basically like the old classic of Tech Priestess Kamikaze Wrath, but you can now use Kamikaze in, let's say, Kamikaze Heaven's Redemption Death Rider. So it opens up more APCs. So these are honestly the two main APCs that Retrograder is used in, with Death Rider or with Tech Priestess Wrath. And outside of those APCs, he's not really used that much. He doesn't do very well in full shooter squads. He doesn't do very well in full fighter squads. He doesn't do very well without like a carry. So for the most part, he's kind of pigeonholed into these two squads to do really, really well. He has some other okay, decent APCs, like you can put him in some other stuff, but he's not really going to like turn up the heat that much. You really need like the other super duper good heroes to go with him. You'll notice that basically my top 4 heroes in the game, Tech Priestess, Wrath, Kamikaze, and Death Rider, he goes well with those heroes. So he's basically just like a support. He's like the definition of a support. Put him with the best heroes in the game, he's going to make the best heroes better. Put him with some mediocre heroes, he's not really going to make them as good. Put him with bad heroes, the APC is going to be bad. So overall, what do I rate Retro? Retro is pretty interesting because, like I said, he is pigeonholed into these combos with really, really good heroes. But he makes those APCs so good. Like, this is basically the APC that I'm always running. You can run a Tech Priestess Wrath, Tech Priestess Wrath Retro as well. And both of those APCs are some of the very, very, very top APCs in the game. So if you have Retrograder, you are going to be stronger if you have these super duper good heroes. If you don't have the super good heroes already, though, Retrograder is not really going to make your base that much stronger. So a lot of people are going for Retro thinking, okay, if I get Retro, he's really good right now, so if I get him, I'm going to be stronger. It's not really going to be the case. You need these other carries with him. So with that said, I'm going to rate him a 4 out of 5. The APCs that he goes in are 5 out of 5s, but you need those other heroes. If you don't have those other heroes, he's much worse, like a 2 in some instances, or even a 3. It's just kind of the way that supports go. But he's like a really, really, really the definition of a support. He doesn't do CC. He's pretty much just there to boost his own team. So that's about it for Retrograder, guys. He'll be in the newest pool. Hopefully he'll be in the start of the next season. He'll be in a pool of 4 heroes. Like I said, if you have those carries, he's definitely worth it to go for. You don't really need Kamikaze. You can use Heaven's Redemption, like I said before. Plug them in there. Even you can use Organic. It's not going to be as good, but it's okay. You can use Vanguard up front. You can even use Crusher up front, and it's going to be still pretty solid. So as long as you pair them up with Death Rider, that's personally what I'm going to recommend, or Tech Priestess Wrath. But again, you can put literally any hero with those. So that's about it, guys. Hope it helps. If you have questions on Retro, please let me know. I know it's confusing, and I know people are still kind of trying to figure out Retrograder. Honestly, we haven't tried out every combo in the game. There's so many with Retrograder because you can literally place them anywhere and with any troop type. So there's zillions, but basically it's if he's with really good heroes, he's gonna do really well. So that's about it, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it makes some sense. 4 out of 5. Here's his chart again. The APCs, I've already gone over them. He basically has 2 APCs to roll with. If you don't have any of those carry heroes and you have Retrograder, cool. But he's not going to be doing that much, so you just kind of have to wait until you get the next heroes. His skill order is a little bit interesting. Actually, I forgot to mention this. 6th, 7th, or 8th. Personally, I'm going to recommend his 6th. Even if he goes in the back row, this plus 15% HP is really, really good. Having more troops is good. So I would go for his 6th. If you want to, you can go for his 8th ability, and it's basically the same. Honestly, it's not going to be that much different. So either way. The cool thing about a 7th ability, the very, very cool thing about a 7th ability is it affects all 3 squads, no matter what. So if you have it unlocked, no matter what, it's going to affect those squads. Normally, for basically every other hero, the 7th ability only affects whatever troop type they are. So in Death Rider's case, he only is giving might to other vehicle units. So if you had a Tech Priestess in here, Tech Priestess will not have plus 40 might. Retrograder, however, will give it to everybody. So very, very cool ability. And I actually think his 7th is super worth unlocking. So go for all 4 copies of this guy. All right, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps. Take care. Hope I see you in the battlegrounds with Retrograder. Peace and love.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up